Hello there, I hope you're alright. It's me again. Following on from last week's video at Retro Gamer Thomas's house, I have actually been out on my own at various points, and I have actually got pickups this week. I don't know whether you can tell, but it's very cramped in here at the moment because of the shelving unit that I bought from Tom being quite a bit bigger than I anticipated, and I'm not really sure where it's going to go just yet. I might be moving some of these around, I don't know. I will probably do a little tour video once that's done, but for the time being, I'm very cramped. But this week, what have I been up to? Obviously, I've been working because that's what I spend half my life doing, and getting things ready for half term, which has started today, obviously. And I played a little bit of Pocahontas. I don't know whether I mentioned this last time. Surprisingly good game. It's a puzzle platformer where you switch between Pocahontas and the raccoon to try and unlock the spirits of other animals to unlock things for her, like sprinting and swimming and stuff like that. It's got some interesting mechanics. The platforming of it is a little bit fussy for my liking, but if it was cheaper, I would be saying this is a proper hidden gem. But it's not cheap, so it's not a hidden gem. It's a bloody expensive, decent game. As well as that, this week I've started playing Grand Theft Auto 4, based on Tom's recommendation last week, and I've only played about an hour of it, but I think I'm further in it than I've ever been, so it's alright. The thing I'm struggling with is the handling and the acceleration of the cars, and I'm not sure whether that's just how the game is, or whether that's just because my controller isn't that good. It just seems to be very much either your foot is completely on the pedal or you're barely accelerating, and I just can't quite work out where I'm going wrong with it. Movies wise, I've watched the first two Terrifier movies. Pretty bog standard slasher movies, but the clown is hilarious at points. So I'm quite tempted to go to the cinema to go and see the third one, just because the clown entertained me so much. There is one other film that I've watched, but I'm not going to mention that just yet because that's involved in the pickups for this week. But I think, without further ado, let's crack on with some pickups. So, the first pickup from last week, I bought myself at the recycling centre one of the original shape fat PS3s, in the hope that it might be one of the ones that was retro compatible with PS2. It's not, but I now have a fat PS3, and my skinny one is going to trade in for about £5 less than I paid for the fat one, so I'm happy with that. I'll be able to get some more Mega Drive stuff. It came with a few games. There was a Need for Speed game, which is a duplicate of Need for Speed Shift, which I've not played any Need for Speeds since the first two Need for Speed Undergrounds, so yeah, I'm not too fond on them because racing games aren't really my thing, but that's going to be traded in somewhere. I wonder where. And we'll try and get something nice with it. The other games it came with were Uncharted Drake's Fortune, the first Uncharted game, and it's one that I played, again, on the recommendation of Retro Gamer Thomas. It's his favourite franchise of all time, and the first one is really enjoyable. I don't think there was a single part where I got pissed off with it, so that's positive. And I'm partway through the second one at the moment, so no spoilers for games that are 10 to 15 years old. The other games that it came with that we weren't already in the collection are Virtua Tennis 2009. I like my sports games. I'm not a fan of tennis at all, so that will just be one that bulks up the collection, along with Lego Harry Potter Years 1 to 4. I love Lego games. I really, really don't like Harry Potter. My children love playing them, so they may play it, but I think we've got the PS4 version with all of the years in one, so again, that's just going to fill a shelf. So, not brilliant games to go with it, but the important thing is I've got a fat PS3, which is what I wanted to have for the bedroom. So, what should we go for next? Let's go for the PSP pickups, because as you know, I've been getting into watching movies on the PSP. So, the first one I've got paid 50p for it. So it's the first series of League of Gentlemen, and it's a double UMD, which is even nicer. No, it is just the episodes, no special features or anything. I've loved League of Gentlemen since I very first watched it. I love everything that Reece Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton do. Psychoville is massively underrated if you've not seen it, but you can't go wrong with a bit of League of Gentlemen. The second one that I've picked up is Rush Hour, which I think I've mentioned before. I'm not massive on like kung fu movies and stuff, but I remember loving watching the Rush Hour movies when I was younger. So that's a nice one to have in the collection to revisit in the near future. And this is one I remember seeing stuff about when it first came out. Must have been mid-90s. It's got to be, can't have been more than about 11 or 12. Whenever. But Starship Troopers, which is just, as far as I know, a bit of proper cheesy, shooty sci-fi. So I'm going to look forward to watching that, just like I did with Species. I've picked up one game for the PSP this week, and that is the Michael Jackson Experience. I enjoyed playing this on the Wii, I think it was, when it first came out, and it's a rhythm game. It's got Michael Jackson songs. What can go wrong here? So that'll be a good one to play next time I'm on a journey somewhere or I go away. I'm going to save today's pickups for the end and do it that way. I've been saying for weeks that I've completed my childhood Master System collection, which is literally just there. And I was flicking around on eBay, as you do, looking for Mega Drive games, and one came up that just unlocked a core memory for me. So I thought I'll put a little bid in on it and hopefully I can get it for a decent price. I got it with my opening bid, so I now have actually completed my childhood Master System collection, and that is with Master Games 1, which has Super Monaco GP, Columns and World Soccer. I'm pretty certain that World Soccer was the first football game I ever played. So it's nice to get that in the collection, and at some point I will fulfill my promise of doing a video just on my childhood Master System collection. As you know, I've been going through a lot more of going for Sega lately. Should I try and expand on the Master System, or should I just keep that as a nice complete whole of nostalgia for my childhood? Let me know. So, onto the movies for the I can't speak today. Onto the movies for the Mega Drive. This is a movie that came out 1991, I would say, or 91 or 92. And I remember going to the cinema with my mum and my sister to see it, and we basically got the last 3 tickets that were available, and they were right in the middle of the front row, so we spent the whole film like that, just seeing it. And it was great fun at the time, and my mum used to get very entertained by me doing an impression of the lead character screaming. And that game is Home Alone, which I have been put off from buying copies of this before, because I thought someone had drawn the holy cow on there. I don't get why there's holy cow. I don't remember him ever saying holy cow in the movie. But ultimately, you've got to race from house to house on his sled, and trying to catch the burglars out with various traps. So, should be a couple of interesting mechanics in there. Hopefully, it'll be a fun game. But we'll see, because normally it's the ones that you look forward to the most that let you down the most. So, as well as that, I've popped into Norwich today because I've been paid. So I thought I would go out and treat myself. Obviously, I went to last level because that's what I do. But they were closed for 5 minutes when I first got there. So I walked a bit further down the road and found a British Red Cross charity shop. And I found myself Brian Lara Cricket for the PlayStation 1 for £2. I'm not the greatest fan of cricket games, but I'm not going to turn down a PS1 game in the box in decent condition for £2 because it will go nice on the shelf. Everything goes nice on the shelf. That's all it is about. I want things on the shelf and then I will play them eventually. So I went to the last level and was looking at the Mega Drive selection, and there was nothing that was jumping out at me. But they've got like the main cabinet where the top shelf has got all of the games with manuals. Next shelf down is games without manuals. They've got some loose, and then on another shelf they've got real cheap stuff, which is mainly sports fodder, which I have been avoiding for a while. But I always like to get something whenever I go in there, and I thought, do you know what? My ultimate aim is to go for a full set. I am going to have to buy these sport fodder games at some point. So, first one I picked up was Arnold Palmer's Tournament Golf, which it's a golf game, and even real golf isn't that entertaining. I enjoy playing, I think it's called Everybody's Golf on the PS2 and PS3, but beyond that, I've not ever really got my head into any golf game. Oh no, there's Golf with Your Friends as well. That is good fun. Made by Team 17, just a massively multiplayer online crazy golf game. But yeah, nothing too special there. And then the other two I picked up were a couple of ice hockey games. So we've got EA Hockey, which I think is the one that's on the double header with Madden, which was my introduction to the sport of ice hockey and to having fights on the ice. And it was only a few pounds, so it's nice to just get that one ticked off my list. And to round it off, I've also picked up NHL PA Hockey 93, which, again, it's a very similar game. Two almost identical games, but they're ones that I can tick off the list and move on with my life. So that's all my pickups for this week. I've given you a few updates of to what I've been up to, so I think I'm done in a very short time. So thank you if you've hung around this long. If not, don't like you anyway. And I will see you next time. Bye.